regardless of how far I see. I never see my travels in. We're carried by the current, being driven by the wind. The scenery we pass will never see again, so we store it up as memories and don't let go of them. Never had the time to count all the birthdays. Besides, all the true heroes die before they're 30.
I was out at Mystic Lake at a hotel party with some friends, and it was, I want to say it was like either 9 or 11 or something weird in that time in the morning. And I got the call from his mom, and she asked me if I was sitting down, and I was like, yeah, I'm actually just waking up. You know, I'm in the bed out here at Mystic Lake. And she was like, okay, you probably should be grounded, basically, when I tell you this. And she told me, and I was just like, nah. And I was like, this ain't really happening.
Last chance to make a wish, told me wish for more wishes, so I wish my wishes never come true when I kept on living.
So pulled my phone back, looked at it, pinched myself. It's like, yeah, I'm really hearing this. So, as quick as I could, we went and ate at the buffet because they got a crazy buffet there, and I ended up seeing somebody I knew there on the whim, Stephanie Devine, and I told her about it because I just heard about it about an hour before, and then we were both standing up in the buffet line crying. You know, it was pretty crazy. So that's what it was. So then I left there and came right here, and then I was responsible for helping make phone calls to people in his phone to let them know that he had passed.
And I won't ever rip the skin off my hands again. Try to scratch the surface and attempt to understand the itch.
When I heard about it, I was in San Bernardino, California. We had played a show the night before, a festival. It was a festival the night before, and slept there. Woke up the next morning to catch a flight, and I woke up to a voicemail. No, just a text, I think, from Sadiq saying, call me. So I called him, and it was pretty early, and he told me. And that's when I realized I'd missed a few calls that night. It was weird to get that news while being on the road and while being with the crew.
Mumbling under my breath, I gave the kiss of death a hug goodbye, and I'll always be on your side.
All of us, you know, we had a hour-and-a-half van ride to the airport, and you know, we all pretty much kind of sat there. It really wasn't real till we got home, and I started seeing other people who I already had known, and started bumping into people. When you do this for a living, and you spend a certain percentage of your time on the road, one of those disadvantages is things fall apart while you're on the road.
But then I realized that for every paintbrush, there is a hand that's just fucked up from spreading too much love across the land.
I've lost a few people I care about, and it's been when, you know, because of the odds of, you know, because of how much time I spend out of town, it's happened enough with me on the road that it starts to make you reflect on not wanting to go on the road anymore, wanting to be with the people that you care about, so that when things do fall apart, you don't have to get in the car and take that to an airport and take that to the home real quick. You can just be there and be ready to be a shoulder for somebody, or be ready to cry on somebody else. It's hard to, you know, but it's just one of the risks you take.
When I heard I've got this perfect little medicine, bright enough to blind the sun and makes my itches interesting.
Because I was actually on the road, so I was in Chicago, and Kathy called me, and it was just stunning.
If this was heaven, it would have a better backstage. The director keeps pressuring me to act my age. Maybe she's right.
You know, I mean, having seen him in that negative space, but it wasn't. The thing that was negative about that when I saw him the previous night was having to go through that intervention again, because I went through that with my mom, and it's fucking horrible.
No shame, bad habits still enslave good guys. How do you expect to stop if you don't even try? I'm accountable for every roadblock in my life. Never pay the piper if his songs can't make you cry.
So it's it's a horrible experience, and it's horrible to see a loved one at that state.
Follow up the when with the what and why.
It wasn't, he's gonna die tomorrow, you know what I mean? So I get that call, and it's just still shocking. And another thing that was fucked up is we were driving to Chicago, and I saw the worst car accident I've ever seen in my life. I didn't see it happen, but I saw the aftermath of it. So I was already fucked up, you know, like when you see that kind of shit, and it, like, you know, when you see really fucked up shit and it just stays with you and you just feel weird. And then I got the call about Mike, and so it was just like a really bad, awful day. It just had this haze about it. And then, then I went home and just started processing it. And I had my son, thankfully, and my baby's mom was cool. And I just had my son for the whole week, and just having, you know, life. And that was instrumental in me not completely going off the fucking rail.
If you ever need anything, I mean anything at all, I'm here for you. All you gotta do is ask, man. I'm here for you, in the same way that you're here for me. Each person is an intricate piece of infinity. I feel like if you could see what I see, then we as humanity could be free. I'm here for you, not for any self-centered reasons, because existence is interdependent and all's related, connected as different manifestations of one single mind. You ain't isolated from the world, even though it feels like that sometimes.